Some have said that you're touting your love of the Constitution as a campaign gimmick. Others have said that constitutional expertise can't be objectively measured and that anyone can read and understand the Constitution. What do you have to say about allegations such as these? Is there something special about your understanding of the Constitution that qualifies you to be a senator?
The short answer is no, there isn't. But there are so few people who have read it and who have studied it as much as I have. It ought not be that remarkable. I wish every American spent as much time reading it, studying it, understanding it as I do, using it to earn a living, using it to limit the power of government, but very few people do. I don't think it's something that necessarily requires a law degree. In fact, I believe it doesn't. A law degree can help in doing that, but it's by no means a prerequisite, nor does it qualify you to be that way just because you have a law degree. Most of the people I know who have law degrees don't bother reading the Constitution or studying founding era documents to try to understand it. But I do read it. I have studied it, and I have paid careful attention to founding era documents. And so, as to any suggestion that this is a campaign gimmick, no one who knows me would ever say that's true. As it's been a very long-term interest of mine.
The following quote is one of my favorite quotes from Ralph Waldo Emerson's Self-Reliance. He says, "A political victory, a rise of rents, the recovery of your sick, or the return of your absent friend, or some other quite external event raises your spirits and you think good days are preparing for you. Do not believe it. It can never be so. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. If you win this election, how will your election be more than just a political victory, but rather more of a triumph of principles?"
Because when I win this, if I win this, it will have been only because the people of Utah made a deliberate choice that they wanted constitutionally limited government. It's not because of any political gimmick. It's not because of any slick advertising campaign. It's not because of any popularity contest. I'm not one who could win an election like this by any of those means. It will have been because principle triumphed over personal relationships. Principle triumphed over popularity contests and prevailing wins, or heretofore prevailing wins. I've run my entire campaign on a set of principles, and I have routinely, and to the great frustration of some who have advised me, I have routinely refused to follow suggestions that I detach myself from my constitutional message. I won't do it. It's not worth it to me to run and to win if I do it on some basis other than the whole reason why I'm running to begin with.
What principles do you think are motivating the Tea Party?
I think the Tea Party movement has a lot to do with the fact that Americans are frustrated by the degree to which they're being taxed, the extent to which, notwithstanding the exorbitant taxes they're required to pay, we're told our national debt's now approaching $14 trillion. So we're required to work, many of us, 3 or 4 or 5 months out of the year to pay our federal tax bill. Then we're told it's still not enough because we're almost $14 trillion in debt. And the government is expanding at a rate that suggests it's not even thinking about slowing down. It's still picking up steam. And so we as Americans have become sort of like the proverbial frog in the pot of water. When you raise the temperature slowly, the frog won't notice it, and eventually the frog will boil to death without jumping out. But if you just drop the frog in a pot of boiling water, it'll jump right out. I don't know whether that's true. I've never tested it. It would be kind of gross, but I might have to try it when Sharon's out of town someday.
I get peed on your back.
Yeah, that's true. The kids would think it was pretty cool. The point is, Barack Obama came along and he cranked up that burner on the pot of water really, really high, really fast. So the frog's getting ready to jump. So people felt that frustration. They reacted by, among other things, uniting and then uniting behind certain common causes, including reading the Constitution. When they read the Constitution, they realize, wait a minute, the federal government's not supposed to be doing all this stuff. Those are pretty plain terms, and they're terms that are still valid, they're still relevant, they're still legible today.